Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're actually kind of solving a issue. So recently I was in Houston, and when I went to go head back home to San Antonio, I went to start the car. It kind of felt like it had a weird idle, and then I got a check engine light. So I had a 3.5 hour drive back. It also downpoured on the way. I pretty much had to stop. Everybody on the road stopped because it was so bad you couldn't even see the lines. And then part of the highway flooded over. And this is all in the Porsche, by the way. So this morning I did get up super early. I was actually up at like 4:50 so that I could get this thing out in the driveway, get all cleaned up before like the sun came up and it got too hot, because it is like over 100 degrees and the soap will dry on the car. So this thing does look really good. We do have an event coming up on Friday, which if you're watching this video, it's probably going live the day that the event's taking place. But yeah, so I had a weird issue with this. Got home. Luckily, I'm so thankful I did get home, because I was kind of afraid that I was going to get stranded, especially at some point halfway between Houston and San Antonio. That would have sucked because there's like nothing around. But got home, threw the code reader in, found out that it was a cylinder 5 misfire. So I thought that was really odd. I mean, yes, this is straight pipe. There's no cats, there's no mufflers or anything, and it does shoot flames at times when it gets hot enough. So it shouldn't be any of that, but I did just recently put new spark plugs in. The ignition coils are original, which this thing does only have like 40,000 miles, so the ignition coils should be good for a very long time. The new spark plugs, however, I'm wondering if something happened to one of those, because I've had in the past where replacing those, something could happen or it could be faulty. Maybe the gap wasn't right, which is causing a misfire. So I did recently get a box in Amazon. Whenever I finally did the code reader, which was actually today, which is days later, I did find out about the misfire. So I went ahead and picked up a little something. I typically would not use Amazon parts for the Porsche, but this isn't a pinch. I do want to get to this event later this week, so I just decided why not just go ahead, same day delivery, get this. We're about to open it up, and let me show you guys what I did pick up. But I do also have like the official Porsche parts on their way. Yes, you can get like spark plugs that are pretty much exactly the same, just without the Porsche label on the box itself. But did want to get some ignition coils as well. And at least now I already have these here. So let's go ahead and open these up. Alrighty. And yes, obviously behind me, I do have a Tesla. So if you guys were wondering about that, yes, I do have a straight pipe Porsche 911 that shoots flames. And then I have a 2025 Tesla. So don't ask me, I don't know. The deal was a really good deal. I couldn't resist, so I just figured, why not? And yeah, so that happened. So just ignore that. We're also getting window tint put in. So this thing, as you can see, is like a fishbowl. So that's getting new tint all the way around. This can be first thing in the morning. The guy I use for that actually does amazing quality. I've always used him for all my stuff, like over many years, and he does mobile. So I have the Tesla sitting right here in the double bay with the shop lighting and everything. So once he does finish this, he can pull that out. I'm going to have him do the Civic. Then once he's done with the Civic, I'm going to bring the Porsche over here and have him do the Porsche 911 as well. So yeah, there's going to be a lot happening. And then with that, once he does the 911, it'll be in position in the double bay to then throw it up on the quick jacks and get the, hopefully it's just a single spark plug, but with this I went ahead and got ignition coils as well. So this was a like $99 set, and they have a lot of great reviews, which is very surprising. The official Porsche ones, I believe, are, I don't know if it's like with this body style or if it's for different ones. There's some where it's like $350 for all 6, and then there's another set that's like $650. I don't remember exactly what generation of 911 each one of those is for, but this was literally like $57. So it was on sale from $99 now to $57. And let's check these things out. They do look, I believe the OEM ones are black, but the few times I have replaced ignition coils in a Porsche, these do look exactly the same as OEM, other than the outer color being a little different. Everything else actually looks spot on. So I'm pretty excited about that. There are 6 spark plugs as well. So we're going to start off replacing the spark plugs. and these actually do look like really good quality as well. So I'm genuinely surprised by these. I'm going to put a link in the description down below, so if you guys do want to pick up a set of ignition coils and spark plugs, we're going to find out if this resolves the issue. So these might be junk, or they might at least hold us over until the official Porsche ignition coils come in. But if it turns out to be just one faulty spark plug, I'm going to just replace that one spark plug, and hey, at least I'll have for 57 bucks an entire backup set. So yeah, you really can't beat that pricing, especially since it was on Amazon. Had it here same day. So then tomorrow morning I can get to working on this and getting the 911 properly up and running, ready for the event that's coming up. But yeah, let me go ahead and skip to tomorrow morning when we're getting all the window tint put on. All right, so it is the next morning. I'm still waiting for the guy to show up to do all the window tint and everything, but I did have these come in for the 911, which obviously they are Porsche center caps. They are nice and shiny. However, my wheels are matte, so I did pick up these actually like sample pieces of PPF. So my plan is to essentially use one of these on top of each center cap, and then maybe I'll cut out the actual Porsche logo itself, but then turn that glossy gray into a matte finish. I try to find matte ones like this, but the only matte ones I could find were like the old school style, and I wanted the more modern ones that are with this era. But essentially, these wheel center caps are going to be just like that. And yes, I did wash the car. Brake rotors like get all rusty like that after you wash it. The first drive, it's just going to rub all that off. So just ignore that. But yeah, that's going to look so much nicer having the actual Porsche emblem right in the middle of the wheels. I mean, I do kind of like that, but at the same time, I'd rather have something that looks more like kind of OEM, high-end. I think that'll look really good. And I think these kind of from a distance just look really plain right in the middle. All right, so we're about to get both of the cars tinted up. We got the Tesla starting off with, and then the Civic's going to be next. It does have limo tint on it, so we're going to get that kind of fixed on the front two windows because it is like impossible to see out at night. And then after that, we're going to get the 911 done. We're going to get the windshield and the rear window redone, and maybe go a little bit darker on the side windows as well. But this is who I've been using for so many years. If you guys are in the Texas area or San Antonio area, definitely hit them up. They do mobile and everything, and it's so convenient. They come right to your house and get everything done, and never had issues. And I don't even know how many years I've been using them, but yeah, definitely my go-to. All right, so they have finished with the window tint, and I was just gonna have them do like the clear film on the windshield here and then redo the back window because the film that it had was kind of failing, but went ahead and had them go ahead redo this one and redo these main windows as well. So they are still legal limit and everything is good to go. So I'm still in accordance with the law, but the whole car looks so much better and I have a lot more privacy. And not only that, the Civic is redone. As you can see, looking through the back, it's like completely blacked out, where now you can kind of see in the front. So that is a legal limit as well. So it's nice having at least this one done, and then the fishbowl is completely done, and it looks so good as well. That back window, you can hardly see in. Same with these ones, it's a lot darker. And then obviously the fronts you can see through. It is kind of weird because there's such a glare, but at least this thing looks so good now, and it's not a giant fishbowl anymore. So yeah, 3 cars in one day, and it's still a little after 4, so that's awesome. They started about 10:30. So now what we need to do is get this thing up on the quick jacks, pull off the rear wheels, and go ahead and replace at least that one spark plug in cylinder 5. And if it's not that, we're just going to go ahead and replace all of them. So let's go ahead, have dinner first, but I'm not going to really show that. Just go ahead and cut forward to having the car up on the jacks. If you guys have not seen, since I did take out all the mufflers, there was a secondary muffler that actually sat right in this giant empty cavity, and the muffler itself actually acted as a wheel well liner on this backside. But as you can see right there is my headers with the O2 sensors, and then it does route to the middle to the next pipe and then right back out each side. But located right here is actually where the ignition coils and spark plugs is. You can actually see one of them sitting right there. The number 2, which is right behind there, is the one that should be bad. We're just gonna have to take off these 2 little metal plates. The last time I did this was when the exhaust was completely off, so that actually made the process way easier. But as you can see in the rear wheel, all I have to do is just pull it off and I have this easy access. Obviously the car is up on quick jacks. So yeah, this process actually is not too bad. I mean, obviously it's a lot easier in a normal car, but for a rear engine car like this, it's actually not as bad as you'd expect. Alright, so here's a better look with those covers off, so you can see there's the ignition coil, there's one there, and one there. And the one we need to get to is inconveniently located behind this little bracket, but we can still come in from this angle with some angle tools and be able to pull out that spark plug and everything. Too bad it's not this one since it's so easy and convenient, but some of the things that you should also look out for is just like little wires. So hopefully it's not just like a little wire, because that one, the wires do kind of look a little weird on that middle one there, whereas these ones still have like the colors. That one doesn't, so hopefully it's just dirty and that's not the cause of the problems. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull out that ignition coil, put the new spark plug in, and put the coil back in and see if that resolves the issue. Or I can at least check out the spark plug and see what it looks like. Because if it looks like it's bad, then that's probably the issue. Alright, so I got the spark plug out and it does look really bad. I mean, this is literally like a couple thousand miles and it's already looking that kind of nasty. And you do notice that there are 4 different little arms on there. However, look at how they're located in relation to that tip. They're like really low and like really far. So I don't know what happened, because I don't remember them being like that. Yeah, so let me just go ahead and put the other spark plug in. It's only a like single little arm, so I'm just gonna have to get a whole new set of spark plugs for the car. But at least I'll have one to kind of hold me over. Seeing that all that gunk on the threads kind of makes me think that like something is going wrong with this one. And I don't, hopefully it's not all of them. Alright, so the new ones are obviously way cheaper and it is a single contact point, just like how most cars are. So I will be throwing this in. Instead of just running one of these, I am just going to go ahead and replace all of them just so that they're all at least consistent. And I did do these ones like on my Cayman in the past and I actually had no issues with it whatsoever. People said for the performance car I still needed to have the 4-point, but only had that single point and never had issues with that car with these. So let me just go ahead and swap out all of them. I already got the 3 right here. Since I'm already like right here, I might as well just go ahead and swap them out. The ignition coils actually look like they're in great condition. They are rated for significantly longer than what the car mileage actually has. So just in case some of the other spark plugs are also kind of fried, I'm just gonna go ahead and replace them all. Alright, so I just got everything put back into place. I went ahead and replaced all 3 spark plugs on this side. And then with this ignition coil, I actually pulled out the middle one and put it here and then put this one right there. So for some reason, it is ignition coils. The code's not going to be saying it's the misfire in cylinder 5. It's then going to say cylinder 4. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and go to the other side and get those all swapped out and then start her up and see how it goes. Alright, so both sides we have all the spark plugs replaced. I did swap a couple of the ignition coils on this side as well as the other side. So if it still says cylinder 5 misfire, then it's the ignition coils. If I then replace those with the new ones and it says cylinder 5 misfire, let's just hope I don't have to worry about that. But I'm about to open the garage door. It is getting a little late. It's like 8:30. So sorry to the neighbors. I'm going to start this up real quick, make sure this thing's running properly, and if I don't have a misfire, then I can just go ahead and shut this thing off immediately, and you guys don't have to listen to this the rest of the night. But I am going to just kind of start it up now, see how it goes, and hopefully all it was just the spark plugs. Still has a misfire cylinder 5 and all new spark plugs and everything, so now I'm kind of like curious to see what's to happen. I I don't know, maybe I just need to like get out, drive it around, because I did just kind of do like a quick startup. I don't know if maybe like the car needs to like kind of run with the new spark plugs, kind of see how everything is, because a lot of the stuff on this car, it does need to be run on the road, driven a little bit, just to kind of get used to like the new parts. So hopefully I can just go ahead and put the rear wheels back on, take this thing out, drive it around. Obviously not tonight because it's dark, but yeah. But we also have an event on Friday. I do not want to miss out on that. So I'm kind of nervous about this, because I really hope that once I drive this thing around and then it starts to like relearn like the new parts, like the new spark plugs, hopefully that's all it is. But I'm going to have to go ahead and leave it like that. So if you guys did like this video, go down, hit the like button. If you guys have any suggestions on what this could be, hopefully I figured it out before this video goes live, but if not, definitely put down in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of this. And I'm going to try my best to be at the event on Friday at Mama Dolly Kebab House. It's like one of like the best food places in town, and the events are pretty awesome. The people who run it and who are involved with it are just amazing people. So I definitely want to do whatever I can to be there. And if I have to drive on a partial kind of misfire, it's not like every single one, but it's like a slight vibration, so I don't think it's that big of a concern. But yeah, I still plan on being there with the 911. But if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. But as always, thank you for watching.